Hey, good afternoon, Strategy Vault members. This is James. I am the video creator for this venture that we're all in. Just a snapshot in front of you. What we're going to be setting up today. This is our 5-minute binary option system for Nadex for trading the 5-minute contracts. So this is what we're hoping to achieve today and what your screen should look like once we get all this set up. And by the way, thanks guys for volunteering to be on our beta testers list. So without further ado, the next thing that we have to discuss with you is our disclaimer. So hang tight. Okay guys. As with any of our training, anybody that's taken any of our training knows that we stress the important fact. It is a fact that you can and will lose money trading the financial markets. So please take your time, read our disclaimer per the CFTC, the SEC, and all the other government agencies. We do have to advise you that you can and will lose money. We are not professional financial advisors. If you're needing financial advice, please seek a professional. This is for informational purposes only. So please take a few seconds, read that disclaimer, and we'll get started. All right, guys. So back to the chart. This is what we're hoping to achieve here today. Once we're done, we're going to start with a brand new chart on TradingView, and as has been mentioned in the Facebook group and some other areas, once we get done with the beta testing and the tracking the success of this system, it will be created for MT4 and MT5. The Strategy Vault Pro system is now in the process of being created for MetaTrader, and we're actually looking at some other platforms as well. Maybe TD Ameritrade or some other things like that. So hey, once again, guys, here's something that you must remember is that I am not a professional spokesperson. I am simply the video creator. We all have separate full-time jobs here at Strategy Vault. Everybody also has their responsibility, and video creation is my responsibility, and also doing some trading with you. So if I haven't introduced myself, this is James with Strategy Vault. I believe I have, but once again, nobody here is a professional at anything. We are just a bunch of average Joes just like you that hold down full-time jobs that decided that we wanted to make a living trading in the financial markets. So anyway, as you can see in front of you, the system, the meat and potatoes is the Strategy Vault Pro system. So now bear with me, and I'm going to pull up a brand new chart on TradingView, and we will set this up step by step. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just so you can see on your own charts, I was just going to go ahead and pull up a naked chart, but we're not going to do this or with the Strategy Vault Pro already on there, but we're not going to do that. I'm going to make like I said, I'm going to do this step by step so you can see. I may have to pause the video to get some inputs and some stuff like that for all the parameters that we have to put in here. So once again, you have to bear with me. So what you need to do, I want to scoot this over so you can see, is you go right here to drop down menu. Okay. Now we're going to go and we're going to select new layout. Okay, so now we're on a brand new layout. This is how the chart comes up when you load a brand new chart on TradingView. Okay, I'm sorry. It just looked like my microphone wasn't working for just a second. Okay, so we are on TradingView, brand new chart. First off, we're going to get rid of the volume. Okay, so this is what you have in front of me. And as you can see, it's already set to Heikin-Ashi candles. Okay, which we love the Heikin-Ashi candles. That's what worked with our system is Heikin-Ashi. We use Heikin-Ashi. So Heikin-Ashi is an average of the last candles. I believe it's the last 5 candles. Don't quote me on that. I believe it's the average of the last 5 price, not candles, but price points, which makes that candle form. Okay, so as you can see, if we go up here and we change it to just regular candles, the reason that we like Heikin-Ashi is it's so much smoother and so much easier to see and read. So we'll go right back to the Heikin-Ashi. But I just wanted to show you. See all this crap, if you will. But anyway, let's go. See, that is so much smoother. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to install, you go up to your indicators tab right here. And by the way, we will be setting up a beta section, a beta testers only section in the Slack group. And in that, you will need to, everybody that wanted to be a beta tester, you're going to have to furnish us with your TradingView username again, so we can get you access to the new code that you need to add to your charts in order to be a beta tester. So we've got our indicators pulled up. You go to invite only scripts. We're going to install the meat and potatoes, which is Strategy Vault Pro. And as you can see, it already loaded for us. Okay, the next thing we're going to install is the SV Slow and Confirm. Now, once we install this, you'll see there's going to be a lot of stuff on your chart. That's okay. We will take care of that. So let's go ahead, SV Slow and Confirm. And then we are also going to install the SV or the Strategy Vault Pip Movement. Now, this is a new program that we're just now putting into effect, and it is really amazing. So you guys are laying eyes on it for the first time. You guys are the only ones that have gotten to lay eyes on it. And other than, I think we may have put some snaps in our Facebook group. But anyway, you're going to really like this. So consider yourself privileged, if you will. Okay, so we've got all the extra scripts loaded. Actually, so you should already have the Strategy Vault Pro loaded. So you won't need to load the Strategy Vault Pro. I'm just setting this up from a naked chart so you can see this. Okay, so we've got everything loaded. Now, that looks like we got a lot going on right there. Actually, so this is the pip movement. This is fully customizable. And right now, I'm going to turn this off. Okay, and I'll show you how to set that up here in just a little bit. So now, the first thing that we want to do, okay, we've got all this information in front of us. What we're going to do, and you can or you don't have to do this, but what we're on these settings, you can put these settings to however you want, but this is how we're going to use it on the 5-minute chart. There's just too much here to pay attention to on a 5-minute chart. We'll show you. This system that we've come up with is pretty amazing. Okay, so you open up the settings. You go to Style. What we're going to do here is we're just going to unclick this. The upper, the bias, which is the median price. The lower, okay. And those 3 are right here in the middle here, okay? And then the plot, we'll take out the plot. We'll take out the upper plot, lower plot. Okay, now, as you can see, a lot of stuff. Oh boy, just a second here. Let's go back there. As you can see, We want the background out of it. So now it looks pretty much like you are back at just the Strategy Vault Pro, but actually, in actual reality, you're not. So now another, boy, that keeps doing that. I don't like that. Anyway, so we'll go back into settings. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to change this. Okay. And we're going to change this to an up arrow. Okay. We're going to change this one here, leave the colors, and we're going to change this to a down arrow. Okay. So now that is set up. Okay. Okay. I just need to. Okay. Let's see here. Bear with me. I need some. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. So these inputs are very important. You need to have the length at 20, the KC mult at 1, and the length at 20, and the multiplier at 2 on these inputs right here. Okay, so now we've got that part of it set up. Next, we are going to use a supplied indicator. Actually, it is not supplied. I'm sorry. It is, we'll go to search. This indicator, okay. It is TVA MTF. And I just, I'm sorry. TMA MTF. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. Let me load that up. Okay, it is loaded. Okay, now we need to set these inputs on this indicator. Now you guys can use this however you want, but once again, these are set up. We have set these up to trade the 5-minute contracts, and this is all you'll see once we get through this, how this is going to make the system easy to use. Now, what we want to do, as you can see, this is TMAs for multiple time frames. Now, what we are going to do is set up these inputs here. But first, we're going to go to style. So we're going to take that one out of the middle completely. We don't want to see that. The upper, we are going to, as you can see, they're set to black on the default. So the upper, we are going to turn to red. Okay. Now the lower, we are going to turn to green. Okay. Now, when you go back here on this, you click on this little line, and we want to turn on the price line. Okay. And then on the lower, same, turn on the price line. As you can see where it's going. Now, you guys can use these TMAs for additional time frames is what they are. So like on a 1-minute chart, you can set it. I'll show you here. On a 1-minute chart, you can set it to show the TMA for a 3-minute chart, or on a 2-minute chart, you can set it to show it for a 10 or whatever. We are not going to use these in this strategy at this time. So we'll just go back here. We're going to turn them off. And that's exactly how you turn them off. Okay? The system that we are showing you as a stop-go system is what we are trying to make this as simple as possible. Okay? Now, we are going to change some inputs in this section. So bear with me here. I need to get those inputs. Okay. Sorry guys, had to look those up. Okay, so we're going to change the period to actually I'll just backspace out a 30. Okay, now watch these lines here, what they do. Okay, now the period here, we're going to change this to a 50. Have we seen any lines move yet? There, see, they just moved on us, but we're not done yet. Go back here, the multiplier here. So you can toggle down to the next whole number, as you can see. See how the lines come in and out, and then, okay. So if you want a custom number, of which we are going to use, that is coming from our programmers, is we're going to use a 2.2. Oh, 2.2. Okay. Now, as you can see, look at what price is doing. Pretty much stays within these lines. Okay. So let's go back here. Bear with me. Okay. We have this setup, this setup, this setup. Okay, everything is set up there. Okay, so we're gonna hit OK. So now, okay, now we are going to add. I'm going to hit, we're going to paste the pivots, the high-low 10, which you should already have on your chart if you set it up how we taught you to set up your SV Pro chart. As you can see, we have our pivot points. You can tell where prices, the calculation, this is the average of the last 10 price points, okay, and where price has pivoted, okay. Okay, next we're going to add standard pivots. These will mark price lines on the chart, support and resistance for us. As you can see how it painted down here. These things that we're adding now, you should have already had on your chart if you started with the SV Pro. But like I said, no worries. We'll set all these up for you. Okay, next thing we're going to go back to indicators. We're going to put a moving average in. Actually, we're going to put 2 moving averages. Okay, so we have 2 moving averages in there. Come over here to the settings. It automatically, populates to the 9, which everybody knows we love riding the 9, so we're going to leave that. We're going to set it up here. Color, yellow, yellow. And we are going to change, did that wrong, sorry. So at the bottom here, see how you can make it to where you can see it better by making it a bigger line, okay? So we got that on there. Everybody knows we love riding that 9, you can see. And another thing here, as you can see on the Pro indicator, when the green turns to red, what happens, and as you can see, the 9 crossed the Pro indicator, and once the 9 crossed, turned to red, and there's what price did. Okay, so next we're going to go to this other EMA. We're going to change this to white, and the input will be a 20 period. Okay, so we have the 20, okay. So now, as you can see, look what happens when the 9 crosses the 20. We can ride that 9, ride the 9, right? Okay. Now this may look a little different in reference to the colors and stuff because we haven't set up the colors how they're set up on your charts. No worries, we'll get that set up, but I'm just keeping you informed on what's happening here. So we've got this chart. Now, the next thing that we are going to do is you go over to your chart settings here. Okay. What we want to do next is it appearance? Okay, grid lines, vertical grid lines. You can't see them, so we're gonna go down here to the opacity, and we're gonna make them so you can see them. And there's a reason, and I will explain to you what we're doing with them. Okay, so we can see our vertical grid lines. Okay. Now, I'm sorry, let's go back there. And here. Okay, this is where we changed our colors. Actually, let's do all that. See how now it's starting to look more like Strategy Vault Pro that we use trading every day. Okay, and then the wick. Now it's looking good, looking almost exactly like what we... Okay, so now that part's set up. And let's just go back in. What I wanted to do, you go to Strategy Vault Pro, go to Settings and Strategy Vault Pro. Okay. We're going to go down. Give me a sec. To the range, the high, and the low. We're going to click on that. We want that to be a little brighter. See how I'm just going to put, see how bright it got? Now you can adjust that. We want to be able to read our EMAs, but we want that to be a little brighter. Okay? So we can see that is the range of price. And bear with me. Go to the low target. Same thing here. It's a little brighter, not super bright. As you can see, there's a low. That's the range of price on the low side. Just make it to where you can see it and read it, but you still need to be able to read your candles. So see, we're looking much better here, aren't we? If I make this bigger, and this is what I want you to be able to see, is I want you to be able to see around the red around the green candle. See the red around the green, and let's go back here. I wanted you to be able to see this candle as well. See how it's blood red inside with an orange outside of the candle, and the wicks. That tells you that, yeah, that's a bearish candle, but it's a weak bearish candle. The bulls are getting stronger, losing steam, and then, okay. Anyway, that's what I want you to understand. This is what I want you to see. You need to visually be able to see this. Okay, see, like this one. This is a bullish candle, but it's not a very strong bullish candle. Okay? Okay, we're on a 1 minute chart here. Now, so we have our grid set up. We have everything set up here. The next thing that we're going to use is a trading view supplied indicator. And built in. Just a simple, and this is only for confluence, relative strength. Okay, so now we're going to go down here. We're going to change the inputs. Okay, so the RSI, we always turn that to where you can see it. Okay, oh, well, I keep doing that, don't I? Now, the upper RSI we want at 80. The lower we want at 20. These are extreme overbought and oversold conditions. And that's what we want. Now on your input, we want it the length at 8. Okay, so we have that set up. As you can see, how the confluence is when more than one thing comes together at the same time. See, we're way oversold down here. See right up here. What you get a buy signal. Okay. Anyway, I'm rambling. Okay, so now we'll go ahead. We'll close all these up. This is what we're looking at. As you can see, with both these lines up here, the ATR is definitely moving up, or price is definitely moving up. Okay, so now here is what we want you to understand. This is what we're trying. Wow, that's way oversold there, according to the RSI. Anyway, now what we want you to understand on this system is we're trying to make it a stop-go system. So simply this, you get the green light and go. Okay, see how price comes up, stays above the 9. So once price gets past the yellow, breaks above the 9. See, we're staying above the 9. Okay, so it messes with the 9 there, but it stayed above it. So we're still green light. Okay, we're still green. Then we come back to that. But when this signal here appears, that means that that's a yellow light. You better slow down because traffic is going to go the other way. Okay, also, you got a yellow light, and then also, what else do we have here? We have the upper band on the TMA, which is red. So that means you need to prepare for price to change. Now, one thing that I did forget to tell you is you can, your chart, what I want you to do is see how we can make it bigger. Now, okay, at the bottom here, see, we're in 5-minute increments. So this is the open. This would be an open of a 5-minute contract here. You see this doji. You see the yellow light. That tells you the price is getting ready to turn. All we have to do is calculate or figure out what price is going to do between this line and this line right here. Okay, so now I know that blew that up. So you blow it up as big as you can till we get to the time increments on the bottom that we want to see, which is every 5 minutes. Then you put your cursor back up here and you just click your mouse. You can, oh, okay, that's where it was. Okay, so as you can see, we can go bigger, still, wow, nice. Bigger, still in the 5-minute increments. Move it over. You know, you can blow it up or shrink it down to whatever you want. But all we have to do is figure out what price is going to do between this line and this line to be right? So actually, but you always have got to take a look back. As with anything, you look left before you take you pick your contract. Okay, so what we'll do is so what does it look like we have going on here? Price came down, bottomed up, and came back up, right? So what price always wants to do is go from the red band to the green band to the red band. This is, as you can see, it just bounces right in between these bands. Now, this is on a 1-minute chart. I'm not going to lie to you, and you will need a premium account, but our system works better on a 15-second chart, and I'm going to show you why. So we're all set up. Everybody's all set up. So if we go here and we change it to 15 seconds, as you can see, how much better you get. See, we got our buy way back here, okay? Tried to come back. Now, also, once again, you have to go with the trend. So we got a buy, yellow light, slow down. You got a confirmation. Things are going to go the other way, and they sure did. Come right back down to the green band. Yellow light, slow down. Things are going to go the other way, right? So this is so much easier to see. So what I want you to also understand is you get 20 candles in between this line and this line in 5 minutes to form your bias, to figure out which way price is going. As you can see here, it's definitely going up, right? So we got to buy, but look here, price is way above the upper band on the TMA, which means it will be turning here. The 9 is above the 20. See, the 9 is above the 20. All we've got to really do is wait for price to be above that, and you can ride it. This is just a heads up. Hey, things can change. Now, will things change every time that one of these form? No. But as you can see, price went sideways here for quite a while. At least eight minutes, I would say. Because remember, these are 5-minute increments down here at the bottom. Okay? But also look at your RSI. As you can see here, this is price action down here. And actually what you can do, all we're going to do, we're just going to draw a line right here, down here. And this is all from analysis, okay? So as you can see what price is, this is price action. Price comes way up here to this line, turns. Comes up to the line, turns. What's it doing here? It's turning, as you can see. But once again, that's all. You'll learn this. You will learn the feel of the chart. This is all price analysis and price action. And just watching what price is going to do. As you can see, it came... Oh boy, I didn't even realize that. 1 second. Okay, traders, I apologize. I didn't realize that we didn't have the bottom of the RSI in here. But what I was going to show you, price analysis, once again, as you can see what it's done, or price action. We're reading price action. See, it's come down here, comes down here, and turns. So, like I said, our system, and I know it's going to cost you some extra money, but it works best. This 5-minute strategy, and that's what it is it's more data. And you need, if you're trading a 5-minute contract, you need more data than just 5 candles. And this allows you to view 20 candles. And if you can read price action, then, let's see here. As you can see, look, we had a yellow light. Well, this is pretty much our traffic, like traffic. You're speeding, you pass a red light, and now you got a yellow light, and it's telling you to slow down. Price is going to change. Anyway, that's maybe not the best analogy, but I want you to understand that this is we're a stop and go system that we're trying to create and make it better. And you guys are beta testers, so it means that we would love your feedback. Like I said, on Slack. And now we can't see that. Hold on. We couldn't see our increments at the bottom. So see, if you get it set 5 minutes apart, you got to buy here right before the contract comes in. Price had just changed across the 9, and we could write it all the way up here. Okay, now you got to sell here. And this is about 2 minutes after, well, actually, so exactly about 1 minute after the new contracts were published, and now you got to sell, as you can see. But how far is it going to go down? Look where your lower TMA band is, and it can right to the line. So as you can see, these bands, and you're more than welcome to adjust these how you want. These are just the best, how they work best for us and our strategy. Once again, you guys are just testers. Do not use this on a live account unless you feel comfortable with it. Like I said, I'm going to set up a section in the Slack group for feedback. Also, if you need any assistance on getting this set up on your charts, please let us know ASAP. Again, we are going to need your guys. Oh wow, I totally forgot the most important part. I can't believe that. We're not done yet. Okay, so I told you we were going to turn off the pip movement at the beginning, and I almost forgot. Okay, so I'm going to turn that back on. Now, as you can see, these 3 dots right there, they're thinking. It's because they're loading the data. See how they're blinking right there? They're loading the data. So I'm going to close that. Now, it just takes it just a little bit to load, and there it is. Now, this is the pip movement. Now, we know that the contract prices, actually, I'm going to show you how to set this up. We know that the contract prices for the 5-minute binary options on Nadex are 4 pips apart through the morning, and afternoon, they are 2 pips apart. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to go in here to the pip movement, go to your settings, and here's what we're going to change. Number 1, I think I need to change that. Number 1, your time frames. We'll go a 1 minute, a 5 minute, a 15 minute, and time frame number 4 is 1 hour. Also, I like to change this to that color. It just looks better. Okay, bear with me here. I need to check another input. Okay, so this input here, the ATR length, we want to make that a 5. Okay, now the tickers down here, these are preset, and these are all the 5-minute binary contract financial instruments that you can purchase contracts in. Okay, so now that we got that set up, now we'll close everything up. So see, this moves with price. You can leave this up if it doesn't bother you. You can leave it down. But the point is this. What we want you to understand is that in the last minute, the Aussie USD, even though we're on a over here EU chart, the AU has moved 1 pip in the last minute chart. And on the 5-minute chart, it's moved 3. On the 15-minute chart, it's moved 8 pips. And then in the hour chart, it's moved 18 pips. Okay? So if you look, which pair here is the busiest? Right now, and it is 3:41 Central Time, which would be 4:41 Eastern Time. As you can see, which price pair is the busiest in the movement? The GBP USD. As you can see, it's moved twice as much as the Aussie and the Euro. On the 1-minute chart, on the 5-minute chart, it's moved 6 pips, and then the 15-minute chart is moved. So if we know that the contract prices in the afternoon are 2 pips apart, and we know that okay, let's just use Euro USD, that in 5 minutes it's only moved 3 pips. Where would you, and this is only to advise or to advise you on where to look for a contract to buy, which increases your probabilities. On the EU, in the last 5 minutes, it's only moved 3 pips, and that's 3 pips either an average of 3 pips. So if it was in the midsection, it would be from the middle or the median, it would move 1.5 pips to the top side and 1.5 pips to the bottom side. And we know that the contract prices are 2 pips apart. So which would be better to buy a contract on at this time, right now at this time? It would be the GBP USD, as it's moved 6 pips. So you could scalp out, you could ride a trend, that there's the most movement in the GBP USD. Now, you guys can use this on more than just this system. You can use it on the hour charts or on the regular charts, the SVP Pro. This is just another tool that our programmers have created, and it's really pretty nice and very accurate. If you count the pips, if you manually counted the pips, it's within 1 to 2. So, but anyway, that's just another tool for your toolbox here on Strategy Vault, and it's really sweet. Now, if you don't want to see it, you just go right over here, right there, and bam, it's gone. The only thing is when you want to turn it back on, well, actually it came right back on. So it calculates. It when it's been off for a while, it takes a while to load the data. But anyhow, as you can see, we come up, we get a yellow light. Price wants to turn, okay, stays above the 9, get a yellow light. So, as with anything, you need to go with the trend. You need to do, this isn't just a sure thing. Once you see a yellow light, sell, okay, but when you start seeing a lot of yellow lights, that means that price is getting ready to turn. And like I said, we like this on the 15-second chart because we get more data, and data is what we need to make our observations and our decisions. Okay, wow, long video. Thank you guys once again for being our beta testers. Please trade this on demo only. And all we want you to do, we realize that demo versus live is there's some differences there. And all we want you to do is get used to the system, train your eyes to understand the system, and go from there. Like I said, in Slack, we'll set up another channel for beta testers only to share their feedback, their thoughts, maybe some things that we could change, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, this has been a kind of a long video, but there's a lot of information that we're sharing here. We've been working on this for quite some time. So, did I just lose? Okay, we're good. I'm sorry. I just got a notice that I lost connection. Anyway, so this is James for Strategy Vault. Hey guys, we'll be back on tomorrow, the day after election. We'll see how that goes tonight, or if we'll even know anything. Who knows in this time and age? But anyways, we are so happy that everybody's here and a part of this group. And as always, trade positive and God bless.